It's the Two Strange.
No, Tom, you can't have another episode where you're just saying you're tired. We're done with that shit now. Right?
But I'm always tired.
No.
You know that kind of tired when you're... Oh, that was creepy, wasn't it? The Halloween... Spooky Ghost, the Halloween episode is done.
The door closed by itself.
Yeah. But you know the kind of tired where your eyes kind of like are gravitating towards your like mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the level of time. And it doesn't help because in Cloud City, where we record this...
Absolutely.
We have like a dim strip light up today.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, we've got ample opportunity to change the lights in here if we wanted to. I've just looked on the side here, and there is just a random poem here. Shall we read it?
Or can I read it?
Yeah, go on. It's called A Poisoned Tree by William Blake.
Okay, William Blake, here's your royalties.
He's fucking dead.
And you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Right, so A Poisoned Tree by William Blake. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not, my wrath did grow. I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears. And I sunned it with my smiles, and with soft deceitful wiles. And it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. And into my garden stole, when the night had veiled the pole. In the morning glad I see, my foe outstretched beneath the tree. William, you need a chill pill.
Interesting that they're talking about night hags there. That's hard jam, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who have you found this off? We're gonna get them.
I mean, like, some students have been recording shit, and that's one of the things that's there.
Yeah. Quite literally shit.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I find interesting is that you are such a cuddly bear.
Yeah.
That even this, which has, to quote it, I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath did end. And
So
you're like,
look at the difference. Look at the difference in how we approach that. You can tell that I'm in the toddler phase of my kids' like existence.
Yeah, yeah.
Because everything's like Care Bears and happy bullshit.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I was angry with a friend.
Yeah, but you're like, you're reading stuff like, I told it not, my wrath did grow. And you're like, I told it not, my wrath did grow.
I'm the equivalent of like the podcast version of My Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just a little pixie man.
Well, maybe, in the next life, I can be angry like you.
In the next life. What a wonderful way to sequentially segue into our topic for today's discussion. Today's discussion is all about rebirth. Because I was sick of looking at death and sleeping and all of this sort of stuff. So I thought, you know what? Let's have an episode that's not about fucking shadows.
Let's all hatch from an egg.
Yeah.
Chicken or the egg debate. We could do that for like 20 minutes, right?
We can.
That's
absolutely,
what people want to hear.
Chicken and the egg. We'll write that down. That next episode. Let's do chicken and the egg.
What the cartoon? Chicken and egg.
No, I have no idea what the fuck that is.
There's chicken like Cartoon Network did chicken and egg, right? Or chicken and something.
Cow and chicken.
Cow and chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Mama had a cow. Mama had a chicken. Dad was proud. He didn't care how.
Oh, and it's like bub.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the devil's
okay.
in it, and they've got this odd fixation on butts. They always drew butts everywhere. Like everyone's butt was very pronounced and stuff.
While we're on the topic of like weird cartoons in the 2000s,
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. Okay.
Him from Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What?
Nice.
What's going on there?
I mean,
Is the devil a transsexual?
I mean, like I was about to say, like, it's kind of like a mix between, like, David Bowie and Marilyn Manson, somewhere in between there. But really, like, if you're thinking about, like, modern day, like, pop stars and stuff like that, he's kind of like, I've seen Sam Smith pretty much just dressed like him.
I think Sam Smith's trying to turn into him.
Yeah, I think he
Which is ironic
already was.
because
Yeah.
Sam Smith is non-binary, right?
Yeah. Next thing you know, he'll have crab claws.
I've got a fact about Sam Smith.
Do you?
Sam Smith re-recorded one of their most popular songs and changed the lyrics. So it's that why am I so emotional? Get over that song.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, carry on.
And they use like he pronouns right in it.
Right.
And they re-recorded the entire verse and took the pronouns out.
Oh my
And you
God.
cannot get that version of the song anymore.
Oh my
with
God.
the original pronouns.
Oh, wow.
You can only get that information from Google.
Fantastic. I don't know what to do with this information.
You can park it and we can talk about... Because that's a rebirth of sorts, right?
I guess so. Yeah, he
Like
rebirthed himself, didn't he?
They've rebirthed themselves.
Who?
They have.
Oh, they have. Yes, they.
You get cancelled before
Oh,
even
me?
a thing. Yeah.
Oh, I said a wrong thing. I
Yeah.
am so sorry.
How dare I?
Yeah, I'm very, very sorry.
But that's a kind of re-establishment of a rebirth, isn't it? Like a change of one's
Before
self.
we carry on, I had to stop myself. I was about to say, I'm sorry, Mr. Sam Smith, but I didn't, and that's the important thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're they? What do you have at the start? Like Mr., Mrs. What's the bit in the middle? Like
Does it revert back to master?
master.
Because master is gender neutral for anyone under 16, right?
Okay.
Maybe there is another,
Right. Fair enough.
but I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's interesting. Maybe I'll look into it.
Maybe
Feedback.
it should be something like Almighty or Lord. No, that's Lord's a thing already.
Yeah,
isn't
but you can't just start calling yourself what you want.
it? Really, can't you?
Oh, let's not get into this. So rebirth
On the next episode. No. So yeah, chicken and egg. We'll do that next. But yes, we're going to be talking about birth, rebirth, that sort of thing.
Rebirth.
Yeah. Because we're going through a little bit of a positive rebirth, getting some juicy rainbow energy back in here.
Yeah, I'm still high on all those coffee beans I ate last episode. I'm
Jesus.
still absolutely fucking bopping.
Yeah, I left them in the staff room and they are still there. So
Yeah, I've had a few.
yeah. There you go. All right. Okay. I wonder if it's only you that's eating them. But anyway.
Me and Sean.
Yeah. Cool.
So I just outed my colleague there.
So I'm going to start.
Go on.
Our first topic is going to be about samsara and rebirth in Hindu thought.
Nice.
Now, I love the term samsara because it reminds me of one of my favourite documentary series. There's a guy called Ron Frick.
What are you saying, Samsara?
Samsara, yeah. Okay. There's a guy called Ron Frick who essentially makes these amazing documentaries and has done since the late 80s, all through the 90s and into the noughties as well. He's got loads and loads of ones to choose from. For example, Kayana Kwatsi or Baraka, and of course Samsara as well. And essentially what they are is visual and audible masterpieces in montage footage. So it's a documentary that's fully poetic. It doesn't necessarily have a narrative or any sort of dialogue or narration or anything like that. It's just images, and you see images, and they're playing out to music by a guy called Philip Glass, who no doubt
yes, I'm aware of
everyone's heard of
Philip
Philip
Glass,
Glass. And yeah, they tell a story, and they tell a story about ancient and modern culture clashing and all sorts of different things. It's got so many amazing sequences in it, and I definitely check out any sort of...
I feel like that chap's stepping on our toes.
Really?
I feel like if we put a couple of images up, that's our shtick.
Oh yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But no, I would definitely check out those. And the last one that he ended up producing, that probably has the biggest production levels to it, was Samsara, and it's got some amazing shots of what's the word, like Cambodian like dancers and stuff like that, and all sorts of different things. It's so cool, so cool.
Oh, great.
You know, there'd be whole sections where it's just like different cultures dancing and stuff like that, and then it will just cut to like a slaughterhouse. It's like amazing.
Sophie?
Yeah, exactly that. But anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
Carl's quirky, everybody.
I am very quirky.
Yeah.
And I'm quirky, a bit twerky, and I'm ready to worky. So let's go.
Oh, God, I hate this time of the week.
Okay, so in Hindu cosmology, life is a vast known a cycle. Sorry, I'll start again. In Hindu cosmology, life is a vast cycle known as samsara. So everything, pretty much, is a big old cycle called samsara. Okay, life. So it's an endless wheel of birth, death, and rebirth. Yeah, a continuous loop. Yeah, you're on a spin cycle. Okay, and a soul or Atman passes through countless forms over countless ages, through rebirth, which is called Panarjanma. Each lifetime is shaped by karma. Yeah, and the sum of one's actions and intentions is essentially that karma. Yeah. So, unlike Western notions of resurrection, which focuses on bodily revival, Hindu rebirth is a metaphysical recycling of consciousness through different states of being.
Okay.
Okay. So, there will be a liberation that will come when you finally escape this cycle altogether and essentially awaken from the dream of existence. Do you feel like, you'd ever want to get off this cycly thing that we call samsara?
I mean, if I was very aware of it, I mean, you see this in fiction a lot, don't you? Like people that live way beyond their like circle of life, right? They're 700, 800, 900 years old. At some point, they just want it to end, right? If I was aware of every resurrection, and I was, millions of years old at this point, I would want off the bus.
I mean, eventually, I guess at some point in time you would, but it would be so freaking awesome to be like aware. Do you know what I mean? Of one life turning into the next.
If they're different states, right? There's some states that are going to suck.
Like what? Give me an example.
So like, let's say this is stage 4, right? Just randomly, like living present on Earth, that's stage 4.
Yeah.
Right? Then stage 5 is as you're like slowly dying and transitioning out of death. Like,
we talked about that recently. We didn't.
And then stage 6 is that kind of like transition to a new state of being.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
7 is going in, and then 1 you're a baby again.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. Some of those stages are gonna suck. Like that initial stage where you're trying to find a body or whatever. Maybe that's not a good time.
Yeah, maybe. But also, thinking about it, like maybe like the whole being conscious of giving birth and stuff like that would be even.
Or maybe this is the worst bit.
Yeah, maybe this is the worst bit. Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, can't wait to go back. Or I better not like kill myself because then I'll have bad karma.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, if you go down the Gnostic train of thought, they probably, if I remember correctly, believe that, like, this is hell that we're living at this point in time, But yeah, it's an interesting one. I would absolutely love to be able to be conscious through all of that sort of stuff. But obviously, you've died and then you're reborn. So, like, it would be impossible to retain.
Everyone would
this
act very differently if they were aware it was their third. Or like you would have babies walking around like esteemed gentlemen.
Yeah.
Actually, I shouldn't say esteemed gentlemen, should I? Because like that's a crazy word these days.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh no, it's supreme gentleman, isn't it? That's like.
Is it?
Yeah, all that incel sort of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, you got to be careful with your words, folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't know about any of that. Don't know any of that brain rot nonsense.
So, speaking of being careful with words, the Bhagavad Gita compares reincarnation to changing garments. And here's a quote from it. As a person puts on new clothes, discarding old ones, the soul takes on new bodies. So we keep the soul and we're just changing our garment. I want something that's a bit more, formal. So I'm going to dress as a cheetah for this life. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? Yet the system is not mechanistic. Rebirth is influenced not by deeds, but by awareness. So a mind bound by ignorance, avidya, clings to identity and desire, ensuring a continued return. So because you cling to this life, this identity, and you're not giving yourself up, etc., you're going to stay within this cycle, and you can, you've not learnt this time around, so get back in the fucking samsara chamber you go. We'll see you again after you die. Maybe this time you'll have worked it all out. Yeah? But it probably won't. I mean, like, me, listen to how I've been talking about this whole idea of like, oh yeah, I'd love to be able to keep my identity and then go from one soul to another. I am definitely going back, and I'll probably be like some sort of bumworm or something like that, won't I?
Well, no, I'm not agreeing that you'll be a bumworm.
I probably will be a bumworm.
Do you think you've been a bumworm and you like redeemed yourself by being like the best bumworm ever?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And the reason you don't remember is like, generational trauma from being a bumworm.
Oh dear. The stories I could tell you. Anyway,
About being a bumworm.
About being a bumworm. Yeah. So yeah. I think that's been fairly well explained. That whole idea of how all this reincarnation works.
Yeah.
Philosophical schools tend to differ in their emphasis of these things. So, for example, Advaita Vedanta, the philosophical school of Hinduism, obviously, sees rebirth as an illusion. So the Atman is already identical to the Brahman, the ultimate reality, and only false perception sustains the cycle. Yeah, so it's all an illusion, and it's already, you already have reached the ultimate reality, but you are obviously fooled by the illusion, I assume. Yeah. Meanwhile, in the Bhakti traditions, rebirth can be transcended through divine love, so merging with Krishna or Vishnu rather than escaping existence. Yeah. What would you rather do? Would you rather merge with Krishna, or would you just escape existence?
Are they hot?
I assume so by some of the pictures. I tell you what,
yeah?
I would happily be Vishnu's bumworm.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah. I would rather be that than escape existence. Yeah.
No, they both have pros and cons.
Okay, so to the Hindu mind, essentially rebirth isn't punishment, but it's pedagogy. What's pedagogy?
Pedagogy?
I say goggy. You say gogy.
Pedagogy is the study of, teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the soul evolves through experiences until it realizes its true timeless nature. Yeah. So it's all a teaching experience. Yeah. All of this death and rebirth and all of that sort of stuff. So
but if you don't remember it, how
on.
much of it can you learn? We learn from the extract of memories, right? Our muscles don't remember lessons. Our brain, well, unless you say that the brain is, but our brain is remembering and interpreting memories for us to remember.
Yeah.
So how is it a teaching tool if we don't remember?
So there is no doubt within these books of Hindu philosophy and thought, no doubt there are some meaty explanations that will explain essentially how, we are able to retain some of this knowledge and things like that have been passed down.
That's why kids learn faster, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but no doubt, there's that whole thing of through meditation and doing all of these sort of things, paying your Brahman, maybe, who knows?
Yeah, probably.
You can you can unlock some of this hidden truth and stuff like that. But essentially, I think you should be able to. I think someone could speed run this. Like a fresh soul could speed run this and get it first time.
Nice.
If they went through the whole process.
Love that. Just have the little splits, timing little splits. I did it in 89 years, bitch.
Absolutely, yeah. So some other little details to pick up on. Yeah. So some Upanishads, I believe some sort of religious person, describes 7 or 14 realms of rebirth. Upanishads obviously would be sacred texts. Would describe 7 or 14 realms of rebirth, including plant, animal, and godly forms. You could be a god. You could be the bumworm god of bumworms.
But how good would you need to score to be the god of bumworms?
How good would you have to? I mean, like, if you can get it down in 89 years,
Yeah.
like, reached what is it? An awakening. Then yeah, maybe the next time you're going to be god of bumworms. But surely, like you're going through this process, and the whole process is to escape existence.
Do you think if you became the god of bumworms, you'd just be a giant bumworm, like the size of like a building?
Yeah. I mean, like, speaking of bumworms...
And then you'd just be Vishnu's bumworm.
Yeah. But, like, speaking of bumworms and all this sort of stuff, doesn't this kind of make you think of the soul kind of like at the same level as kind of like a fucking sperm? How it's just, it's hurtling in this race towards losing its existence or something like that. It's just a fixed mind of like, I've been ejaculated out of this body and now I'm having to move forward and until I am no more, essentially.
Did you ever see that Xbox ad, the band one?
Yeah.
And he was just like shot out of the
Shot
chair
a baby
and
out,
then,
yeah.
just like sped run life.
Yeah.
And it was all, and the complaints were like he looked like a sperm.
Yeah.
Because essentially that's their lifestyle, their life cycle, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's just like, what's the point of having a soul? What's the point of any of all of this if it's a desperate need to stop existing?
I don't think where I am emotionally I'm ready for this conversation.
Really? Are you tired? Do you need a coffee chocolate?
I'm pretty sure that I ruined the last episode, so maybe not. I don't dare listen to it back.
Yeah, I don't want to either. I'm sorry for everyone else who just listened to us munch chocolates. Yeah, but we're not doing it this time. It's all rainbows and shit like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it over to you, Tom. Do you want to do one?
I do. And we're not going to talk about bumworms, at least not a lot.
Not a lot. I'll bring it up if I can.
Please do.
Yeah.
So, I want to take us back to the West. So I think sometimes when we visit the East, then it's nice to circle back to the West.
Yeah, are we talking Wild West?
No, we're talking about Western views and ideas. And not necessarily, to begin with, like West as we view it. Because we're talking about the Christian faith.
Okay. Fantastic.
So I want to talk about the Christian resurrection and the idea of the mythical body.
Yes, wonderful.
Rebirth in Christianity is interesting, though.
Yeah.
Because it's not a singular state, it's dual. So you have the literal resurrection at the end of time.
Yeah.
And then you have the spiritual rebirth, which is present through faith and through acts like baptism.
Right, okay.
So you have this idea of the spiritual soul, and that can be rebirth through actions and karma.
Yeah.
And then you have the idea of the physical resurrection of a body.
Yeah.
We saw that. I say we saw that. There's lots of text to indicate that Christ went through both a spiritual resurrection and a body resurrection.
Yeah.
Easter and all that kind of stuff.
There's, I mean, they've really, what's the word, done all sorts of things with Jesus at this point in time.
Yeah. He's run out of plot points.
I mean, yeah, you think about like how he's talked about in like Revelation stuff. They even change his fucking name. Like he's like, I was going to make a Transformers reference there, but no one that ever listens to this will get my Transformers reference. So I'm just going to leave it.
I'll make a reference that people will understand.
Yeah.
If you think the MCU has tried every angle, Christianity's been there, done that with Jesus.
Yeah.
So baptism, described by Paul,
Yeah.
the famous Paul,
The famous one, yeah.
as dying and rising with Christ.
Yes.
So your original sins die within the water,
Yeah.
are washed away,
Yes.
and your soul is anew for Christ and for the Lord.
Have you been baptized?
I have not.
You have not. I've not been baptized as well.
That surprises me.
That is actually surprising, isn't it? Because I was such a religious boy, etc. I managed to avoid it. There was a lot of extra homework that you needed to do before you were allowed to become baptized.
Did you just not do the homework?
I was never in a position where I was approached like, maybe you're ready, because I was not ready and I didn't want to be there.
And I guess like for them it's such a huge deal to be baptized, right? It's not just someone because if I got baptized, it would have just been someone at a local church flicking water over my head.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it wouldn't have been big.
And they like Jehovah's Witnesses, they have conventions and they do mass baptisms there where
Yeah.
they literally get you into your kecks and like get you under the water
In
and
your
you
pants?
Then, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. No. I'll tell a lie. You put on like a modest
Are they
white shirt or
ceremonial?
something.
Yeah, ceremonial.
It's just like a
pants.
white shirt and stuff,
Yeah.
but it's a very similar vibe than what you kind of see in like like films and stuff like that. Like in Louisiana and stuff like come down to the water and have your head dunked and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like everyone else in my family managed to get baptized. I managed to avoid it. If you do actually get baptized, if you then sin and do something that is possibly going to have you like what's the word, disfellowship from the church or something like that, pretty much say goodbye to your friends and family because they don't want to know you anymore. So yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, we could probably do multiple episodes on faith, but that's a loaded gun, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
So we in this particular context, as baptism as a resurrection, it marks the believer's entry into a new life with God,
Okay.
a sacred life, if you will. Unlike the endless cycles of the Eastern religions, Christian rebirth is linear.
Yeah.
So you have
It's one soul.
really,
Yeah.
it's a singular thing. So history moves from the creation of a soul. So like imagine almost like you're an urn and the clay. You go into the kiln, you're cooked. Then you have the redemption.
Yeah.
So your actual life, and then you redeem to the eternal life. So the creation of the soul into a body, and then the mortal years, the earthly years, and then into this idea of eternal life, whether that be eternal punishment or whether that be eternal,
Damnation.
Reward. But obviously, we talk a lot more about the idea of less of the idea of just like being in a state, and more the idea of punishment or reward.
Yeah.
Within Christianity, although there are some references in Christianity to this, like to a kind of state in between, this purgatory, but it's less talked about than other religions that have whole different kind of planes of being, right?
Yeah, I mean, like purgatory doesn't really like exist within the actual biblical text.
Yeah.
It's through other things and stuff like that.
All
and
the DLC add-ons.
yeah, absolutely, it's DLC add-ons totally, and it's then like other religions and other such things then manage to what's the word? I guess like worm its way in and like create these apocryphal elements and stuff like that. And there's lots of add-ons and stuff.
And speaking of that, kind of like adding the more theology into this, mystical Christianity expands on this idea of creation to redemption to eternal life. For medieval theologians like Meister Eckhart and Hildegard of Bingen. I mean, I'm familiar with Eckhart, but I'm not familiar with.
I'm familiar with Hildegard. Yeah. It
We-
sounds like a Final Fantasy character.
It 100% does. I'm
Yeah.
very familiar with Eckhart.
Yeah.
They've come up a lot, but not so. Again, sounds like a Final Fantasy character. Rebirth is an inner event, the birth of the Logos, which means the divine world, within the soul.
Yeah.
So the divine world starts to blossom inside the soul. The mystic dies to the self so that Christ may be born inwardly. So Christ is planting his seeds inside you, however you want to feel about that.
He's doing it right now.
Yeah.
God!
I am now Jesus.
I am Jesus Prime.
That's a reference I get.
That's my Transformers reference. I got it in there.
Wait, that's the one that no one would get?
Yeah, I guess so.
Dude, give people a bit more credit than that. So, a psychological resurrection echoing alchemical symbolism.
Oh, I love a bit of alchemical symbolism,
Don't
don't
we
you?
all?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go home and having a bit of alchemical symbolism.
Because you are gold.
Always believe in your soul. That's the
Yes.
words, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's self, isn't it? Not soul.
No, it's soul.
Is it? Always
You
reading.
have the power to know you're indestructible.
Is gold about Christian resurrection?
It might very well be, or
Crazy.
like the samsara, or
Yeah.
or something else that I'm talking about.
So, as we always talk about, texts and documents always shape the way that that we understand this. So, the doctrine of resurrection also shaped Western views of the body. So it went further than just kind of like doctrine. It actually how we actually view the self. Unlike purely spiritual traditions, Christianity insists the body too will be raised, transformed, and not discarded. And this is where it gets interesting, right? Because
Yeah.
in depictions of heaven, particularly modern depictions, you do not lose your identity as a body,
Yeah.
right? You go as you don't just get pulled out and you are like a source of light,
Yeah.
right? You remain yourself. But what's really interesting is it's so inconsistent of whether you are at the state you were at death or you become the prime of yourself.
Yeah.
But who states what the prime of yourself is?
But-
Right? Is everyone just 21?
Yeah.
Is everyone young and free and to fuck and have fun?
Yeah.
I don't know why that is the first thing that comes to my head.
But what we talking about? Are we talking about like a resurrection to heaven, or are we talking
Yes.
about an actual resurrection to the earth?
So a spiritual resurrection to heaven is like so. It's not purely spiritual because we're not just bodies of energy
Yeah.
on resurrection. If we are in heaven or hell, we are a version of ourselves. Our physical bodies come with us.
Yeah.
At least illusionary, the idea of what our bodies are. Maybe not our actual shells.
Yeah.
But we have that look to ourselves.
I mean, perhaps this is like traditional Christian like thought on all of this, but there's so many different interpretations of the Bible. Like I always was taught through my crazy religion that the resurrection would be not like a symbolic one, not be a spiritual one. It would literally be people returning from the dead and walking among us like Lazarus,
Yeah.
like an actual physical resurrection of bodies
wow.
and stuff like that.
So, like that, this physical instance links with theology, with mystery cults like the Mithraism and the Egyptian Osiris worship, where bodily renewal symbolised cosmic continuity.
I really want to visit the Mithraism. That sounds like an amazing place.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's a cult, right? It's a sect of a bygone religion.
I suppose. But I just want, welcome to the Mithraism.
I love it. It's a bowling alley for you. So early Christians borrowed the idea of second birth language from the Greco-Roman mystery religions. So
Yeah.
the idea of resurrection and rebirth as an English language comes from there. Baptismal fonts were shaped like tombs representing symbolic death. Yeah, how interesting is that? The Apostles' Creed, which is a popular piece of writing, concludes.
Sounds very similar to Apollo Creed.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, and now I can't think of anything but duh, 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 duh. It concludes with, "I believe the resurrection of the body."
Yes.
In modern theologians, such as Paul Tillich, interpret rebirth existentially, though,
Yeah.
as courage to be.
I assume, just going back very quickly, the Apostles' Creed, I think that's something that essentially people have to say if they're going to be like a new apostle or something like that.
I think
isn't it?
so, yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Sorry, you go back to your last point.
No, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a little bullet point for you. if you
Go
want.
on. I love a bullet point.
The Gnostic sects interpreted rebirth as awakening from the illusion of matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The illusion
what
of matter.
What does that mean?
I mean, that's perfectly reasonable.
Is it?
We like the fact that I can, knock on this table
Yeah.
is just an illusion. There's no actual matter there, Tom. We're all
it's your brain
we're all
doing the
just
work.
wishy-washy spirits
Just
in.
Whenever conversations like this occur, I immediately go to the scene in The Matrix where the bald guy who betrayed them is eating steak and he's like, if I'm enjoying it and I can taste it and I can smell it, then it's real,
Well,
right?
the fuck does it matter? Yeah. Good for him. I'd be right there with Joe Pantoliano.
Would you
Absolutely.
Would you sell out Neo as well?
I would fucking sell out Keanu Reeves in a heartbeat. I fucking hate that guy.
Wow.
Not even Neo, Keanu Reeves specifically.
No, mate,
God, I hate him so much.
You're on the wrong side of the internet. you need to apologise.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. It's not true. I watched a film with him as an angel, and he was adorable. His acting.
I bet he's the best part of that film, isn't he?
His acting's quite wooden, I would say. But then he's being directed by Aziz Ansari. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, his acting's always been a bit. He's not a household name because he's the best at his craft.
is he ever going to win an Oscar?
But he's not good enough to win an Oscar. And I say that as someone that thinks Keanu Reeves is amazing. Keanu Reeves is an amazing action actor, and he has presence.
Who is the better actor? Keanu Reeves or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
You know which one. I know which one you want me to say.
But you need to be truthful and tell me the truth.
Keanu.
No! No!
That's the truth.
What?
That's the truth.
No, it's not.
That's the truth. That's the whole goddamn truth.
Absolutely not.
Was that Hulk Hogan? That was a wrestler, wasn't it? This is the truth, my truth, and the whole truth.
I don't know, but there's another wrestler that goes, "It's true, it's true." Kurt Angle. But we're detracting from the fact that you have said that Arnold Schwarzenegger is not a good actor
I
compared
didn't
to
say
Keanu
that.
Reeves.
I said Keanu Reeves is better.
No, he's absolutely not. Have you seen the size of Arnold's arms? That is pure acting talent.
I actually can't with you sometimes. Like you actually counteract yourself so much. We've just and you don't even see that you're the problem.
Okay, I'll do two impressions.
Yeah.
Okay, get to the chopper, and hey, get to the chopper. I guess I don't know.
Prefer the second one.
Fuck off, you do.
Yeah.
Fuck off, you do.
Fuck off, you do. I purposely made the second one bad to explain my point.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so we've had it here, folks. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the superior actor. Moving on, the Buddhist wheel of
Love you,
becoming. What?
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 You spoke over me, so the audience can't hear you. Out with it.
I said I love you, Keanu.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we could have spoke over that.
Yeah. You're just goddamn rude.
I'll fart on your face, Keanu.
Why are you like imaginary beef right now? I
Okay.
hate your long hair, you piece of shit.
Look, if I create some imaginary beef,
Yeah.
maybe something online will happen, and
Yeah.
then more audience.
Who are we comfortable beefing with though? Like seriously, who would we be comfortable beefing with? Who's fair game? Because it's not Keanu Reeves. Come on. By all accounts, he seems like a really cool guy. And it's not Arnie. We
David
love Arnie.
Attenborough, fucking that guy. He can fucking get fucked.
Yeah. You do another Planet Earth, mate. Fucking not watching.
Planet Earth, don't you realise that all matter is an illusion, you dick?
The planet shit. You dick.
Anyway, moving on. So, the Buddhist wheel of becoming, or Bhavakara. So, Buddhism inherited the idea of rebirth from Indian religion, but it reframed it radically. So there is no eternal soul, or Atman, as we mentioned, to reincarnate. Only a continuum of causes and conditions that recreate consciousness moment to moment. So the Bhavakara, or Wheel of Becoming, depicts this cosmic process. So that's pretty much samsara. That's the version of it, and there's really only some small differences. Can we understand those small differences? A continuum of causes and conditions that recreate consciousness moment to moment. Does that make sense?
Run it by me again.
A continuum of causes and conditions that recreate consciousness moment to moment. If we're thinking of this idea of birth and rebirth...
It does make sense, but also, That's a lot of C words.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done, you cunt. Anyway, so essentially what we're talking about is that instead of, a soul going from life to life, we're going from consciousness to consciousness. Yeah? So the Wheel of Becoming, it depicts that cosmic process, yeah? And it's painted on temple walls across Tibet and Southeast Asia, and it shows beings trapped in 6 realms. Gods, demigods, humans, animals, hungry ghosts, which we've had in the past, and hell beings.
Hell beings.
Yeah. Buddhism just got interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fucking leveled up. Buddhism is metal as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's really all about meditation. No, it fucking isn't.
Yeah.
Devil horns. I'll do the meditation phase only if I can just cross my arms and do the devil horns.
Just like you've got like a sort of Tibetan monk style, a Buddhist monk rather, all clad, and then suddenly hops in a Chevrolet, bursts through the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Bass guitar that he's using his tongue for.
Yeah, exactly. He's just dressed like they are, but all in black.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got the little dots that the Shaolin monks have.
But they're spiked.
Pentagrams and spikes.
Yeah. Metal as fuck.
Yeah. Goth Buddhists.
Is this where you insert a hate breed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hatebreed is a band that I'm very into and I like a lot. Anyway, moving on. So at the Wheels Hub, so the Bakakra, or Bahavakakra, at the Wheels Hub is 3 poisons: ignorance, greed, and hatred, yeah? Which perpetrate the cycle. And each act of clinging regenerates the illusion of a self to which future suffering can attach. So this ignorance and greed and hatred and stuff like that is, clinged back to the self. Yeah. So the Buddha likened this to lighting one candle from another. The flame continues, but it's never the same flame. Yeah. So instead of the Hindu version where the soul is taking one item of clothing off and replacing it with another one, yeah, this one is just you're lighting a candle. Yeah, and it's just that consciousness. It's that being able to be conscious. Like I think, therefore I am. That's essentially what you've got as that life. In Buddhism. Yeah. So in Mahayana traditions, rebirth is seen actually as an opportunity for compassion. So actually within this tradition, Bodhisattvas vow to be born deliberately, returning to aid others until all beings achieve enlightenment. Yeah. And this then reframes birth not as escape, but a service. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I think.
That is cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, if anything, maybe it's a bit lazy. It's like I could probably like attain enlightenment and stop this eternal flame of consciousness, but I'm here to help everyone else.
Yeah. I'm busy, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I got time.
That's probably the Goth Buddha. Like that's probably what they end up saying when they have like the weekly meetings or interventions. It's like, I'm just here to serve other people. I've got to do a bit of sinfulness, haven't I?
Yeah. Or it's just like, get off my back, Buddha mum. Get off my Buddha dad. I don't know why I emphasise the Buddha dad. More.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like.
I mean, that's Buddha, isn't it?
What, dad?
Yeah.
Imagine your dad being Buddha. You wouldn't be able to get pissed off at him.
Yeah. Yeah. If Buddha was my dad, when I'm old enough, I'd fucking chokeslam him. That's what I'd do.
You'd be like, I've got my own sect of Goth Buddhas. Goth Buddha out.
Yeah, that's it.
Just burst into like angry butterflies.
Yeah. So modern interpreters like the Dalai Lama emphasize bardo states. I believe we've covered bardo states previously. So the intermediate phases between lives, as moments when consciousness can recognize its own groundless nature and thus achieve that liberation. Yeah. So here's some other interesting details about the Bhavakara, which is a word I am really struggling with. So the wheel's outer rim represents dependent origination. And the Lord of Death, Yama, also grips the wheels, and this symbolises impermanence. There is also rebirth without a rebirther, which is the paradox of continuity without identity. So being conscious, but are you even conscious? Do you have an identity? That sort of thing. Yeah. Some Tibetan practices include lucid recognition during death, phowa, and Western Buddhist teachers often reinterpret rebirth psychology as a renewal in each moment. So you're constantly going through this idea of birth and rebirth, which would, I'm assuming, be very similar to the idea of an ego that needs to be reset. Yeah. Like, for example, your ego, who's going to deny Arnold Schwarzenegger the recognition he deserves.
I didn't say he was bad. I love Twins. I love all his films.
Have you only watched Twins?
Kindergarten Cop.
Dun 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 dun. Terminator. Fucking watch it. Boom! I'm out.
What is wrong with you today?
We're so recording it at a different time.
We are recording it. It's getting dark. It's dark in here.
Is it?
It's dark
I wouldn't even
outside.
know. The lights are on.
Well, I just assume because, it's winter.
Yeah. You're right. It is.
You're getting winter boys right now.
Winter boys. Exactly. Boys. Yeah. That's me. That's me done speaking about the Buddhist wheel of becoming. I think that's been enlightening. Oh.
If you weren't going to do it, I was.
So yeah, have we got one more? Time for a little cheeky one?
We have. Let me just check. Should we squeeze it in?
Squeeze a little bit in. Let's give us a little bit of
just the tip.
Information. Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the
tip.
tip.
I feel sick saying that.
Yeah.
The connotations be abound. So I want to talk very quickly, quite literally, about the psychological rebirth and near-death experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Not for any personal reason.
Are we venturing into Jung Freudian?
No, we're going to. Well, for now, because we are going to speak about Jung, but I want to for a second focus on modern science and psychology.
Yeah.
And then we'll circle back to Jung in a second.
How about let's just leave it at modern science and psychology, and then maybe next week we'll carry on and go straight into Jung.
Yeah. Young boy next week.
Absolutely. Young boys.
So
Swiss football team. Anyway, yeah.
Interesting.
It's interesting because every now and then a commentator will say about like a player, he plays with young boys.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
In modern science and psychology, rebirth often appears through the lens of near-death experiences. So when we talk about this idea of, crossing over, and going into another life, it's usually when someone's had a near-death experience, or as I've heard termed, being pulled back.
Yeah.
Pulled back from where I don't know. But this idea of kind of like you were going off somewhere and you weren't quite ready for death for whatever reason, pulled back in.
Yeah.
Patients revived from cardiac arrest frequently report leaving their bodies, encountering a light, or undergoing a panoramic life review.
Yeah.
Now, here's where my skepticism comes in.
Yeah.
And we've done loads of talking about the idea of what you see and how you interpret things is based on like the stimuli that you're given in your life.
Yeah.
Hence we talk about it all the time, but it's so bloody important. Schizophrenic people see different things depending on where they grew up.
Yeah.
So some have very negative experiences in the East, very positive experiences most of the time. I think this is the same thing.
Yeah.
Because they're all describing the same kind of cultural thing, and it's quite a Western ideology, isn't it?
Well, funnily enough, I mean, like that's totally trapped in the sciences. Essentially, I do believe that quite recently a new study has been brought out that goes into this idea of a life review and people at death going through the process of getting their memories and stuff like that, going through a life review and stuff like that. There is definitely tangible scientific evidence in relation to like brain activity and stuff like that at the point of death. That's like readily available. I do believe it's something that I read actually like literally like this week about.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's super interesting about this as an idea of rebirth, though, is that these episodes of the life review, whatever's kind of going off in the brain, often lead to profound personality changes.
Yeah.
Loss of fear, heightened empathy, a renewed sense of purpose, maybe. So researchers like Raymond Moody, who wrote Life After Life in 1975, treat these as actual transformational psychological rebirths. Whether or not one accepts metaphysical survival, it's very much treated as a rebirth of a new person. You've reflected, and I guess it goes back to the idea of what we see as modern Buddhism, right? You're reflecting and you're accepting, your mistakes and your past things and the better self. Yeah, same sort of thing, right?
But there's so many ways in which like this could be like completely truthful would make sense for a lot of things. The brain itself is so fucking fascinating. Just we know so little about it.
I was going to say, we understand nothing. Really.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not like fucking like a liver or anything like that. It's something that's got like so much going for it. It's amazing. Like just say, for example, like we've both like recently, I would say relatively recently, had children, not together. Yeah. I didn't impregnate you or anything like that. Just separately with wives.
We've got an announcement to make.
We got a butt baby.
Yeah, a butt baby.
So no,
it's a bum worm.
Absolutely,
we have a bum worm.
So a little bum worm.
Yeah.
So the just the idea of what the brain goes through for a mother and a father at birth. At the birth of their child, it's quite interesting how it will change your psychology, but also the brain will physiologically change as well. You'll develop like a larger grey matter area and things like that in your brain, and it's just because you've brought a kid into the world, and then the brain is going to automatically, instinctually just change things up. It's so cool. And so like when you then think about like what would happen in a near-death experience, no doubt with all of those releases of chemicals and things like that, it's going to then have a profound like change or impact on you.
I think that's a nice place to wrap it up this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can pick it up with Carl next
Jung.
Week.
Absolutely, yeah.
Jung.
He might have well been hung. I don't know.
Yeah. He probably wasn't. What am I basing that on?
I mean, like
xenophobic.
This has opened up like so many ideas for a like porn parody, like Freud thinks you want to have sex with your mother,
and all I know is I'm hung.
That's it. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Carl Hung.
There you go, folks.
Yeah.
There's your next porn parody. If you're listening and you're a porn producer, you're welcome. If you're not, then don't do it, I suppose.
And if you've managed to survive through those several dreary episodes of death and things like that, hey, Christmas is next. Way! We're really close, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, lots of things to be happy about.
We've never done the run-up to Christmas.
No, we haven't. Yeah. No.
But we're nearly a year old.
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, like 40 episodes now. And then there's only 12 more, and then it's a whole fucking year.
I want to end on a little thought, actually.
What's that?
Just before we wrap up. So, if you were to go onto Spotify and click play on all of our episodes, including this one, if you did not stop anywhere and not have any layovers, you could listen to us from the moment you got to the airport. You could do a whole revolution of the world.
Oh, wow. Jesus. That's crazy. Wow.
I mean, if you're stopping off at airports and having layovers, maybe you'll get to Scotland.
Yeah, absolutely. I want it just to be at a point in time that, if I die, yeah, I can, into my family's home, I can just pump out like the podcast, like on loop, the rest of their lives. That would be great. And I won't be gone. I'll never be gone.
But there might be enough words there to synthesize an entire conversation, though.
Absolutely. They could create an AI version of me.
We have, I would say, over 30 hours of conversation.
Oh my God. Anyone could just make an AI version of me and make me say anything, couldn't they?
Is that going to be your out when you start saying outrageous things?
Fuck!
Thanks for listening. Here's a disclaimer. We are not experts. We could easily get things wrong in an episode. Our intention is to explore and open up the possibilities for further exploration. Come find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. We would love some interaction. Also, if you can consider supporting us on Patreon, that would help a bunch. Search for 2, that's number 2, Strange Men Pod, all one word. Until next time, keep it strange.